The Supreme Court has refused an early hearing in Arvind Kejriwal's bail hearing in the Supreme Court today. The Supreme Court, in fact, told the ED to reply to the ED plea by April 24th. The Supreme Court also said that the next hearing will be at the end of April. The Supreme Court has issued notice to the Enforcement Directorate on Delhi Chief Minister's plea. And Aishwarya joins us to give us more details. So Aishwarya, the Supreme Court has refused early hearing in this particular case. What more can you tell us?
Although it was stated by Abhishek Manu Singhvi in the Supreme Court that Arvind Kejriwal plea should be heard as soon as possible because he has to go to campaign for his party, which was not accepted. It was stated by Supreme Court that we are giving a very near date, although in other cases they usually don't give such close dates. But now the Supreme Court had asked Enforcement Directorate and served the notice and they had asked to file a reply before April 24th, and after that a rejoinder can be submitted on or before April 27th by Arvind Kejriwal's counsel. The next hearing date would be April 29th, 2024, and from that particular week the hearing will start as far as Arvind Kejriwal's counsel is concerned, and his plea challenging the Delhi High Court order. It is certainly now the 29th of April when the hearing will begin, but it is in the Supreme Court today where Singhvi, Abhishek Manu Singhvi, who was appearing for Arvind Kejriwal, stated that this is an unusual matter. There are 15 statements and 10 by the same person. One statement has to be considered, to which it is stated that they will hear the arguments only after the notices have been served, and therefore the reason perhaps now the Supreme Court had served the notice. Interestingly, it is also Abhishek Manu Singhvi who stated that the arrest was made on March 16 and is all about the timing. Arvind Kejriwal is the national convener of a national political party, and he had to go for the political campaigning all across the country, and therefore the reason the date should be given at the earliest, but the Supreme Court didn't allow that, and now April 24th is the date when the notice has to be notice accepted by the Enforcement Directorate, and they have to file a reply before April 24th. The rejoinder by the Arvind Kejriwal's counsel had to be submitted by April 27th, and from April 29th the hearing will begin in the top court.
All right, Sunil Prabhu also joins us to give us more details. Sunil, the Supreme Court has refused early hearing in this particular case. What does it mean for Arvind Kejriwal and for the Aam Aadmi Party?
Well, it's a setback in the sense that there's no immediate relief. This was anyway, as Mr. Singhvi pointed out, and was trying as urgently as possible to put it for a hearing on Friday itself, but the court refusing to accept that. The Supreme Court saying that the earliest possible date is from the 29th week. This after the Solicitor General said, give me time till the 27th to reply and to give a reply to the entire matter. And then it was decided that it will be heard they will have to give their response by the 24th. And on the 29th, they will hear this case in that week as early as possible. The judges will confer and find a way forward. They had said that please, kept asking Mr. Singhvi, please don't argue because we have already issued notices to the center and the Enforcement Directorate who have been responsible for Mr. Arvind Kejriwal's arrest. And it's in that backdrop that now we'll have to wait and see how it plays out. But definitely no relief in the true sense for the Aam Aadmi Party leader. Despite his lawyer continuously saying that the campaign has begun, that he would be required to campaign. And it's in this context, as you are well aware, we have been talking about level playing field. Opposition leaders have been arrested and are in jail at the present moment.
Right. Let's also go back to Aishwarya. Aishwarya, the next hearing will be at the end of April now. And the Supreme Court at the same time has issued notice to the ED on Delhi Chief Minister's plea. How do you see the situation panning out, and how do you see this case panning out in the near future?
Well, one thing is very clear as of now. Arvind Kejriwal, Aam Aadmi Party's top leader and national convener, will be inside the Tihar prison, and he will be behind the bars in the initial phases of Lok Sabha polls 2024. So, in absence of Arvind Kejriwal, now leaders of Aam Aadmi Party had to go to seek votes for them. Of course, Arvind Kejriwal has challenged the legality of his arrest, which was dismissed by the Delhi High Court, to which he came to the Supreme Court, and today was the date when it got listed. Now, when the notices have been served to Enforcement Directorate, they first had to reply to the Supreme Court. Later, the rejoinder for that particular reply from the Enforcement Directorate had to be submitted by on the part of Arvind Kejriwal's counsel, and later when both the replies will be filed in Supreme Court from April 29th, the hearing will start. And certainly at that point of time as well, the relief for Arvind Kejriwal will be granted or not, it's something remains to be seen. But today it's a very important day in the Rouse Avenue Court as well, because the Enforcement Directorate judicial custody is ending today. Arvind Kejriwal is supposed to be produced to the Rouse Avenue Court, and there as well the Enforcement Directorate will be seeking further custody of Arvind Kejriwal, because it was stated by the probe agencies that the investigation is at a very crucial juncture, and at this point of time all those people who had been arrested as accused cannot be granted bail. So on those grounds, of course, Arvind Kejriwal will be, the Enforcement Directorate will be seeking further custody of Arvind Kejriwal, while on the other side, as it's a setback for Arvind Kejriwal because no urgent relief had been granted to him. So supposedly it is Arvind Kejriwal who will be behind the bars and will be running the Delhi government from Tihar prison itself.
Aishwarya, another important question that arises is the fact that how does it affect the Aam Aadmi Party, especially with the Lok Sabha elections just days from now? Arvind Kejriwal being one of the top opposition faces, he won't be able to campaign. This is a setback for the Aam Aadmi Party as well, because they will be fighting in a number of seats in Delhi as well.
Well, all hopes were from the Supreme Court as far as Aam Aadmi Party and Arvind Kejriwal is concerned. They were looking at the top court, because the statements made by Atishi and other senior leaders of the Aam Aadmi Party stated that it was Sanjay Singh also who got relief from the Supreme Court, and there they are expecting that the Delhi High Court order that they had challenged will get some sort of relief over here, but no urgent relief for Arvind Kejriwal. Now today we have seen Punjab Chief Minister Bhagwant Mann meeting Arvind Kejriwal at Tihar prison. While coming outside, it was Bhagwant Mann who stated that people will give a befitting reply, and Aam Aadmi Party will emerge as the superpower in the upcoming Lok Sabha polls, with winning maximum number of seats. Bhagwant Mann also claimed and made those strong statements that Arvind Kejriwal is being treated as a terrorist inside Tihar prison. Now, what we are witnessing outside in the election phases, as Atishi, Saurabh Bharadwaj, Bhagwant Mann, Sanjay Singh, they all have those responsibilities to reach out to the voters. We have seen how the campaigns for Aam Aadmi Party also had started as jail ka jawab vote se, and they are trying to reach out to the maximum number of voters, as they have been clearly stating that these are all illegal arrests which has been made in the alleged Delhi excise policy case, and the leaders will come out clean. But at this point of time, when Lok Sabha elections are around the corner, Arvind Kejriwal, their top leader, will definitely be missing, and that will have an impact on the Aam Aadmi Party in the upcoming elections as well.
Right. So the Supreme Court refusing the early hearing in this particular case, as well as issuing notice to the ED on Delhi Chief Minister's plea. Aishwarya Jain, thank you very much for getting us all the latest.